Hello.
Hola, ¿cómo estamos hoy? I don't know why I did that.
A little too fucking weird, Betsy.
I know, I know. I think I went on I was away for a couple days, and I completely disconnected off of social media, and now I'm back on, and it's like,
You can't stop.
um, I hate it. I need to get off of it. My phone was like, your time is up. I put a timer. My social media is. I have a problem, as most humans do right now in this world. Sometimes with social media, I'm pretty good at it, but I sometimes go through it because it's sometimes like just gets so fucking mind boggling that it's easy to just kind of scroll to kind of disconnect. But the reality is that you don't really disconnect because sometimes these feeds, you're like, okay, I'll do one more minute off of this. Like I've always had like gut issues. So my feed right now, and I guess, now that I'm talking about this is an episode on anything and everything and all things, what's on your feed, your social media feed. Mine right now is Puerto Rico, because that's where I just came from, and two, gut health. Those are usually my biggest things. And then sometimes baking, because my daughter bakes. And so I get a lot of stuff for baking. Actually, no, my fourth one is scholarships, because I have two kids in college and one that's 2 years away from going to college. So I'm constantly searching what are like scholarship stuff. So those are my top feeds: gut health, Puerto Rico, baking, and scholarships. That's it.
When it goes
What
on
about
for hours and hours, I'm sure you're like scrolling and scrolling.
sometimes, because like especially if you get on like the scholarship one, there's so many details and trying to figure out what's best. So I'll send some to like my stepson's girlfriend, to my stepson, to my daughter, to my friend's daughter. Like, oh, okay, I think the scholarship will really really good for you. And then kind of within the same realm of scholarships is the whole new issue with FAFSA. And FAFSA was complicated when we went to college, but it's even more complicated now. And thankfully, both my kids they've taken it on independently. But sometimes I like to know, because in case they ask me a question, I don't want to be that parent that is so disconnected from what the college application process is, because they've taken it on themselves, that I don't know. So I can kind of get wrapped up into that, especially also with like the health issues, trying to figure out like, okay, what's the newest thing? What are things? And sometimes that just becomes too complicated where I'm like, I don't want to eat ever again because everything is killing us.
That's the thing
So
when you see one video, I'm sure with you, Betsy, it's like another video and another
yeah,
video, and another video, and it's never ending.
yeah, yeah. I don't know about you guys. What are your feeds coming up? Do you even have like an active feed coming up because you get on? I'm assuming you do, but
Yeah. I mean, I also have my phone turns off. Well, it goes gray and sleeps like at 9.
okay.
So it really forces me. I'm like, who wants to see black and white? It's like videos and pictures. I'm like, I'll just turn it off. But I have currently vacations, working from home, although I don't work from home, but I wish I vacations, work from home, RVs, real estate, teaching. There's a lot of stuff on my feet, but it's just like the constant same topics over and over again. And I mean, you can stay there for hours, and one leads to another, and it's just you
It's
go
like
into
a
this hole.
freaking rabbit hole.
Yeah, rabbit hole. You fall into the rabbit hole and you can't get out. But that's why I'm like 9 o'clock. That's my cutoff. But I also been working so much that I have not been on it for a while too. So, which is a good thing. I purge.
Yeah,
How about you,
yeah.
Billy?
It's all over the place because I'm all over the place, right? There's things of running, like
Hmm.
how to help with knee pain, and I'm just like follow, follow, follow. I'm just following everybody. I'm just following everything, and it's just like, and then there's just not enough time to see all of the content, right? Because the thing is like, oh, this is great. Actually, I like this, like how this person is. Like, I like their videos, I like their content, and it's follow. But then now something else comes up within the same subject, and I'm like, oh, but I like this person, and I'm following this person. But anyway, a lot of like how to help with knee pain. I also love well, I'm not saying love, but what comes up on my feed is people eating food. I guess it's like ASMR. That's what it's called, right? And it's not that I enjoy the sounds or like seeing. Like
It's called the
I'm not
fetish.
saying I get turned on by it, but I don't. I'm always like, how do they eat so much? Or like, what are they eating? What are they slurping? I don't know. But that comes up on my feed, which is so weird
I
because it's not like
can't.
I
No.
don't enjoy the
Fascinating.
sounds. I don't enjoy the sounds, but it's like in a trance. Like it's like I don't even realize that I'm watching until I'm like, fuck, I've been on this thing for like 12 minutes, you know? That's been on my feed a lot too. What else? I love competition shows, and that one particular person that I was telling you about, she always comes up on my feed. So her competition shows. I don't know her name, but I
Well, what
mentioned
kind of
last time.
competition?
Well,
I forgot to
mostly
remind me.
within herself. But when we were talking about the food episode, and I said I
Oh,
felt
okay, yeah.
bad because she just
Oh,
like swallows the food because she's trying to finish
Hmm.
within a certain time, and I don't think she enjoys the food. And she says it's good, but I don't know. So she always comes up on my feed because I don't know. I I guess I like watching it. Can we say that I have a can we say that I like to watch it? I don't know. Do I
I think you like to
enjoy?
watch people eat, but you like to eat.
yeah, you're a foodie.
Yeah. And then
I
like and
can't watch
then
people.
Yeah.
oh,
I
I
just
could
Or
watch
the
can't.
people eat.
sound of somebody chewing.
That I
Like,
don't like. Yeah. But then like, I also sometimes Google things, or we were talking about something and then it came up on our feed, remember? Like it came up on my feed. I'm
Oh,
like, they're listening. They're
wait,
listening.
1,000%. When you want to
yeah,
buy something, it appears on your feed, so you can buy it.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. All it takes is one Google search. Like I Google something for kidneys. Now I'm like, oh, this coffee for kidneys, this like pill for kidneys. And I'm just like,
So I have Google Chrome on my phone, and anytime I talk about a particular topic or a subject or a show, I'll go into my Google to like Google something, and the first thing in my feeds is suggested articles to read, suggested this to read.
mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting how, we think, and mind you, I have a lot of things turned off. I probably have something turned on that I don't know I have turned on, because I've had a similar things where I would go to a friend's house and I'm like, I really like your couch. And her couch would appear on my Facebook feed on the side. Raymore Flanagan, the same color. Mind you, she had bought her couch years ago and it was coming up. And I was like,
Do you have an
man,
Alexa?
I don't know. I don't have an Alexa. Well, I
Okay,
think Jaden he has one of those devices.
so probably that's
But she probably does. Marketing is extremely creepy. I listen. Maybe I should just start talking about, I need money. Money. Please send me money.
all
And
right. I need
maybe.
to win the lotto. I need the lotto numbers. How about
I need a rich husband.
Oh my God. So the newest one, I sent it to my coworker and it was like, you know how Shark Tank?
yes?
So it's people going to get to Shark Tank saying, I need $250 to pay off my mortgage. I think it was like to pay off my mortgage, my kids' summer camp. Um, what was the other one? I need grocery money. I need money to do this. And I was like, yes, why are we going to Shark Tank to help us pay these damn things? That it's like, I want to go on a vacation. I have like 4 of them planned. Can you help me support?
Gives you the better deal. Let's see.
Who gives me the deal to go explore this world? Please do. Oh my God. Social media is amazing and horrible all at the same time. It is. I think it's a good thing. It has a lot of there's benefits to it within reason. I think the generation that comes up from us, they're a lot more stuck into it than the people who didn't have social media access. Like I know people who spend 6 hours on it. I limit myself to 2 hours, though I do sometimes go out like over it, but that's more. And 2 hours, I feel like is a lot. But I do like a lot of, again, research, like more on TikTok. I look up videos on, oh, that's my other one on TikTok, dogs. You know, to look up dog symptoms, best foods, because there's all these products that come out that are toxic for our dogs. food that's toxic for us. Like the newest thing that I came across, which you're a vegan, but Billy, you eat meat. Chicken, like chicken breasts.
Really
No, you have to just read the label. So we're not reading labels, which I've become very big on reading the labels. Like, there's there's inflammatory oils, like palm oils, inflammatory, sunflower oils, inflammatories, which causes inflammation in your bowels, inflammation in your body, in your blood, blah, 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 blah. But there was this video where, chicken was falling apart in water. Chicken shouldn't fall apart. And so the other day I was buying chicken and it said minimally processed. Mind you, it wasn't a chicken nugget. It was like breast of chicken. And it fell apart. And I was like, oh my God. So now I'm actually going to start going to the butcher to make sure that I'm getting butcher meat versus it was in the finest of print. And minimally processed could just be that they put it through the machine to cut it up, or it means that it could be fake or partially fake. But then you have the same shit happening with vegetables, where some of these things are being grown and they're not great. So it's like, that's the benefit to me with social media, that there's certain things that you can find there, but it becomes this wormhole you fall into that you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So.
But you also get false information sometimes. Not
that
to
is
ignore stuff and false information, but there's some stuff that doesn't make sense, and then it's just creating all this conspiracy theories and
big
negative stuff. So it could be dangerous. It could be good. I mean, you get all this great information too, like for Billy's knees, like helpful tips to run, helpful tips for, your dog's food. But I mean, I have a thing that I don't listen to any videos. So I like that videos have subtitles, so I'll read them. But if you send me a video that's over like a minute, I'm not going to watch it. I ignore it. I don't know why. It's just my thing. I guess my attention span for social media is like, just real quick, real funny.
I'm the same way.
But I can't sit there for like explaining like a 5-10 minute thing about, let's say, meat. I'm like, I can't watch that. I just can't.
Yeah, no. I'm the same way. But here's what I recommend. If you find something and you Google it, know that the first Google information that comes up is all ads. It's all marketed to show up on the top. Like, do thorough scientific research into that stuff. Even like what you said, Billy, with your for your knee pain, I look at a lot of stuff for like physical therapy, hip mobility, because we are I'm going to be 40 before you guys are. You guys have what, 2 more years? A year?
Yeah.
So, hip mobility is very important. Even just flexibility in general. We've become a society that doesn't physically move as much as we do. So I always look at social media for that. So to me, it can be distracting and dangerous in the sense that if you do too much of it, then it defeats the purpose. Like if you're trying to look into exercising, but you're not exercising, then it makes no sense. It's a quid pro quo. Like it just kind of cancels each other out.
I mean, I see a lot of like those. I'm sorry, Billy, but I see a lot of like exercise stuff too. And then I have those that kind of like do reviews on those people, and they're like, "Oh, well, no, you shouldn't be doing that." Which was like, okay, so who do I believe? Who do I follow?
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, Billy says that she likes to follow everybody. So
I know. Just this morning, I followed 4 people. Like,
I
was like, "Oh, this is great."
You know what's interesting, Billy? Something that I did, because I was doing the same thing with like following health people. I started getting more ads. So I actually don't follow people who I like. I actually like the video, which then starts feeding me more videos of that person. Because there was this one guy that I was following about homeopathic ways. And once I hit follow, I stopped seeing his videos as often on my feed. I unfollowed and I just like his videos, and on my feed, not my personal feed, like the second page, that's where I get a lot of the stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Because it's not like I'm actively needing that information, but it kind of fills in versus having all this like extra drama, my extra little drama with sister wives and P. Diddy's crazy drama, funny videos, don't Diddy, so. Do you guys, well, Nathy, you said you don't fall asleep with your phone. Like you
I
turn it
try
off.
not to. Yeah, I try not to. I mean, it goes off at 9, so I'm already in bed sometime, most of the time at 9. So
Okay.
I try not to be on social media before I go
What
to
about you, Billy? Do you feel like it interrupts? Because I know there's a lot of articles on that, how it affects people's sleep cycles.
Yeah, and maybe that's why I didn't get good sleep last night, because my phone is connected to my watch is connected to my phone. I sleep with my watch on because it tracks like my REM sleep and all that. I mean, I don't know if that's important, but I'm like, oh, I only slept 6 hours. Oh, I only slept 4 hours. So it'll vibrate, if
You
someone
can put
messaged
it
me.
to sleep. Yeah, you
I
can.
know, but I don't have time. Like sometimes I'm so tired that I'll just fall asleep. Like the other, was it
No, but
Thursday?
you can
No,
schedule it. You can schedule, like mine is scheduled to turn down and it won't vibrate. Nothing comes up. No messages unless it's from my kids or Jason or my mom.
On your watch.
On my watch, so it's only my favorites. So people who I have designated to be that can go through my do not disturb are the only ones that will come up on my watch. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that, but I don't sleep with my watch. So I personally don't sleep with any electronics. I hate that Jason sometimes puts it on the bed. I don't like to have electronics on my bed. I actually have my watch and my phone about maybe a half a foot to a foot away from me because I had noticed it was disrupting my sleep. So I don't do that anymore.
I do. I do. But I can't fall asleep without music or sound. So
Okay.
I'll set, like, as long as I'm up and I know I'm falling asleep, like I'll set a timer. But if I'm tired, like Thursday, I knocked out. Like it was a long day and I went running. I woke up at 2 or 3 in the morning and I was like, shit, I'm still in my in my running clothing. Like I was tired. Um, so when I can, I just set an alarm to wake me up, and I put it to the side, my phone, but I'm on my phone a lot, especially at night. And then I have like family or like friends messaging. Right now there's like a big event, with my running crew. They're running these crazy amount of miles in Cali. So time difference and just tracking them. Um, yeah. I lost my train of thought of what I was going to say earlier, but
Have you
Yeah,
stayed, have you
go ahead.
stayed up
Sorry.
watching, doing social, like on your phone till really, really late?
I mean, once I knock out, I knock out. But I think like sometimes if I wake up and I feel like I can't fall asleep, then I'll get on my phone. But that doesn't help because if I
No,
did
that's
get on
the
my phone, I probably would have been able to fall asleep. So yeah, I try not to get on my phone, but sometimes I'm just laying there and I'm like, fuck, like I can't fall back asleep. So then I'm like, or I'll just put music on and I'm like, all right, maybe I'll fall asleep. But yeah, I have a bad habit of like, if I'm up and just laying there, I'm just like, let me just get on my phone because I'm not falling asleep.
They say that there's plenty of articles proof that the blue light affects and interrupts your sleep cycle, that reading information or being on social media interrupts your neurons, your sleep cycle, all of that. Even if the first thing you pick up when you wake up is your phone to look at stuff, it's a difference of like time. Like I want to look at the time. So I've been practicing not touching my phone right when I wake up. So I won't read messages. I've been working very hard on not answering messages right away or feeling, because I was this person that would I would answer everything right away, right away, right away. And I'm trying to work on being more present and then just saying, well, if I'm gonna take this time to answer this message because it requires this much brain power, unless it's like a yes or no. Yes or no's are easy. And even that, I kind of take my second to respond to things. Social media, I have to work a little better, but I've gotten so much better at not trying to be on. I don't look at it when I sleep. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I thankfully got access to Headspace, which is funny because I only use it for one video, and it's to listen to waves at night. So if I have trouble falling asleep, I do not get on my phone. I use the whole it's like a meditation where a person like walks you through being on the beach, and it is, I will fall asleep in seconds after listening to it. It is the best thing ever. Because social media is just going to keep you up. It's going to start feeding the mind of like, oh, I want to see more. Oh, I want to see more. And then you say 5 minutes and you're 15 minutes in because one video led to the next, led to the next, led to the next. And then you've lost 3 hours of your day. So yeah, I don't know. I'm working on it with my kids. One of my kids had 13 hours of screen time on their phone.
Ooh.
But they're on FaceTime, but it's still screen time. Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
just how it is now. Like I saw a video of this. I don't know if it's real or not, because a lot of times you don't know what's real or not, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes people just make content to get the likes and the views, and it's like, well, that's stupid, and who's gonna believe that? Like I saw something about like a cockroach being pulled out of a guy's ear, and I'm like, well, the ear is rubber, and the cockroach is rubber. Like, why are they doing that? Like they take out time from their life to create this video. But then if you read the messages or the comments, some people are like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, how do you believe this? Like, this is clearly fake. But anyway, there was a video of like this little kid who was arguing with his mom because she wanted to take his Game Boy away. And he was at the point where he wanted to hit her. And I'm like, fuck that. My ass would have been beat 20 minutes ago. Like if I try to put some shit like that. But a lot of our kids, even in the school, I mean, Nappy, you can also speak on that. But like these kids are the kids that I work with. They're on their tablet all the time. They're on their iPad. They're on the phone. And I'm just like, it's bad. I keep telling them it's not good for your eyes and it's not good for their brain. Like they don't socialize with the other kids. And then they're watching these videos and some things just are hurtful, but they think it's funny. Or, you know, it's just, so now it's like hard to differentiate what's good and what's bad because if you see it on TV, if you see it on the iPad, then it must be okay. So I don't know.
I hate that when I go out to a restaurant and the first thing I see a parent do is I'm going to use
Give them the device.
Yeah, I'm just going to use like the first thing is like I'm using this box. Like this is the little box that they put with the device. The kids get sat and like the kid does not socialize with the parents. It's like shut up and pretend you don't exist and just watch your thing because and I get it, kids can be disturbing, but I just like I try to think back about when my kids were young and what I did. And I'm not saying I took them to fancy places because I couldn't afford fancy places. But like when I took them out to restaurants, even if it was like Caridad or, you know, one of our local places, my kids sat and ate food. And it wasn't necessarily chicken nuggets and french fries. Like, no, yo comieron arroz, habichuela, and so on and so forth. And I made them at least be part of what was going on or someone to talk to them. And it's like, I am very scared of what the future people in charge are going to be like. You know, you have people who are on FaceTime with their friends or their boyfriend or their girlfriends while watching TV, but then also on another device looking on social media. I'm like, how is your brain functioning this much? I can't split myself that much. How is this proactive? And then to get them to go outside is like nearly impossible. It's horrible.
They rather
But you
be on
don't
their
really
tablet.
see that with kids. I mean, Betsy, you're saying that you see, you know, yes, you see the parents give a device to the children, but even couples.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
I'm like, you're outside maybe on a date, but you're on your phone. I mean, I don't get it. Why are you on your phone? And they're both on their phone.
Yeah,
And
individual. Like Jay,
what's the
Jay
point?
and I went out to breakfast. I mean, to lunch yesterday, and we were on our phone. But I was showing him something for an upcoming thing that we have, and I was like, "Oh, you know, look at this. This is how it's." But we're having a conversation because the photos of what we need to talk about is that. So it's like, "Oh, layout is this, this, and this." But to be on the phone the whole time during the date, I would be like, "Fuck it.
Point. Yeah, what's the point?
What's the point? It's not a real date if we're going to be on our phones."
Billy, you know, you are in the dating world. Well, at least one of your last dates. Have you ever had a date with somebody on their phone?
Was I on a date and I didn't realize it? Was I drunk?
Well, one of your last dates, whenever that was.
That was before cell phones existed.
What are you talking about?
No,
Oh my gosh.
no, that would be a total red flag. Like my phone is not on the table. It's in either my pocket or my purse, whatever I have. Like it's not on the table. And if someone were to put their phone on the table and, you know, just leave it there, in my head, I'd be like, red flag, not for me. Like, there's no need to you to have it on the table. Like, if there was an emergency, I get it. Like, let's say family members in the hospital, whatever, and if you share that with me. But if there's no emergency, then don't have your phone out, because
Mhm.
that's me and you time, not me, you, and the phone. Like, because now I
Yeah.
have to, like, I'm fighting, for your time with this phone. That's a thing. It's not a person. It's not human.
Mhm.
So, total red flag if anyone has their phone out, or if they're constantly on their phone. Because and I've seen it too, like couples that are on their phone. I'm just like, or sometimes it's just one person that's on their phone, and it's just like,
I love it when there's the couples on the dates or girlfriends out, and they're out, but you see, hey, and I'm like, you're out with the world because you want the whole world to see you out, but you're not out because I'm on the phone recording myself, but I'm supposed to be out with my girlfriends. I'm supposed to be like that's fine. We'll take a picture here and there, and we could record here and there. Listen, I appreciate the days where I went out and I did my dirt, and there's no recordings of it, none. Um, Now, oh my God, you never know. That shit is gonna pop up somewhere. No, not that I'm doing dirt, but I just don't need my business out there. I don't need you knowing. I don't need access to my information. And I just think that it's not great to be out and like the people at the concert and
Enjoy
you're
the
recording.
concert, right? It's like enjoy the concert.
Enjoy the concert. Why am I seeing you singing or like no? Like great, you went to the concert. You could do a couple of things, but I don't need to. And I'm like, I can't. I can't. Like we're not present in the moment, actually enjoying what's happening in front of us, to us, absorbing what's going on. I
Mhm.
did that once where I went to a couple years ago. I went to Puerto Rico with my family, and I was in this beautiful location, and I went crazy taking all these photos. And then I'm driving 20 minutes later, and I'm like, I already forgot about the place. And I was like, damn, I wasn't present. I wasn't there because I was so focused in capturing this moment in time that I lost it. Like I didn't sit there and go, and now I barely take photos when I go places. And if I do, I spend the first few minutes absorbing the place, enjoying it. I'll take a few photos or videos and then I put it away because I want to I want to make sure it's embedded in my brain versus in my photos or that it's out there for the world, you know? I don't know. It's like you have to find a balance in everything.
I'm very bad at going back to pictures. Like, you take all these amount of pictures. I never go back and see them. I truly
Yeah.
don't. I mean, I only see them if they come back on my feed. And it's like, oh, 2 years
Mhm.
ago you were here, and like
Yeah.
that's. And I might take a few, and then when we do group vacations, I let everybody else take pictures, and I'm like, just send them to me. I
Yeah.
brought
tag
all
you,
these.
tag you.
Yeah, I brought all these paparazzis. Let them take all the pictures they want. Send them to
Yep.
me. I'm not even gonna waste my time taking pictures for what? I really don't like
Yeah.
them at
And
all.
that's the thing. So, like, I am a big, like, picture person, and I do want to put it on Instagram because then I can go back and see it. Like when I went to Tokyo, I did
Mhm.
like videos of every night. I would like do a video of my day. Like I'm not gonna
Mhm.
sit and do a video at that moment. No, I take pictures and then I do it at the end of the night. And it was great because I had some friends who went to Tokyo a few months, not even a few weeks ago for the marathon, and I was like, oh my God, let me show you what I did. So then I was able to I was like, I know that I went here. I know what I did. And this is what I can recommend. So
Yeah.
that's what I do like to do. Like I'm taking a trip with my niece and my nephews. I'm going to snap pictures and videos and things like that. And then at the end of the day, like I'll recreate something so that 20 years from now, I can look back and I know like, this is where, cause it's hard to scroll. I have like thousands of pictures. It's hard to
Yeah.
scroll back and yeah, but I agree with you, Betsy, where you said like you're not in the moment. The other day I went
Mhm.
out with my girlfriends to eat, and yeah, we did like a quick boomerang and we snapped a picture of us, but then we ate, we enjoyed each other's company, and then like another group of friends came and they were more focused on the social media content, like what are we going to put on social media. So one girl was sitting there, she had ordered her drink. I think the girl drank her drink already, and the two other girlfriends were still busy taking pictures, posing videos, and I'm just like, it was a beautiful place. Don't get me, like it was great for like social media content, right? But I'm like, you left your friend over there, like she already finished her drink, And you guys are over here like so focused on getting a picture, like a perfect picture. It's like,
A
well,
perfect picture. Yep.
you can't be in the moment. Like, you're not in the
Yeah.
moment. Like, and the thing is, on social media, people are seeing your story and they're like, oh my God, this is like fantastic. I'm sure they had, and maybe they did have a great time after they were done taking their pictures, but they spent so much of their time taking the perfect picture because that's what everyone else sees. Nobody really sees like the behind the scenes of this perfect picture, this perfect video, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it
But
just
here's
takes
the thing,
away.
like, is it really perfect? Because all I'm doing is working really hard to make you, society, the people out there, think that this is something that it isn't. You know what I mean? Like I do the same thing, Billy. I actually use pictures to go back, like especially if I'm feeling down or whatever. If I want to refer to something, I'll go back. But the feeling down, sometimes I have found that, like on Google Photos, because I have it where it dumps all my photos into Google Photos and I have unlimited space. It's nice to kind of go back when you're kind of feeling like, I don't know, life is hard or whatever. And you go back and you're like, oh shit, I had some really good moments. Because sometimes we do get bogged down in the moments right now and you forget. So it's nice to have those reminders, or in this case, reference points. But I have noticed that it's really good to make sure that you are there and that you can actually not just go there, but you can feel the feeling like, oh, I can go to a photo and go, I know exactly what I was feeling in that moment. Whereas when I took those photos that I was telling you guys, I only remember saying, oh, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's take a photo here. Let's go here. And that day, so I went back again to the same spot and I had a completely different experience. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be here. I'm not going to I'll spend a few minutes taking photos, but I'm going to be here. I'm going to be present. So it was a completely different experience to go back somewhere and have it in a way where it's like I was present, I enjoyed it. I didn't have to, worry about it too much. Um, it's, again, everything is a balance. Sometimes it's going to be higher than the other side of certain things, but you have to make sure that you know that what's out there isn't necessarily all true. All the smiles aren't great. Half these people fucking have depression.
Have you
you know
seen those videos of point of view? So they do like reality, they do whatever, the picture perfect or the video, whatever is the beautiful part, and then they do the other versus
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
the
reality versus
reality.
Instagram.
Yeah, the reality
Yeah.
of different places or whatever you may be at or wherever you're at.
Well,
So,
Billy and I took pictures in this place called Arches in Utah. And if you look at our picture, it looks empty.
mhm.
But right behind us is this long ass line of people waiting. And it's so crowded. And when I mean long, it's about 50 people waiting in line to take this picture in this one area that just looks completely empty. And it isn't. It's not true.
Mhm.
It isn't. And you see, I love it when the girls come with the dresses underneath their hiking clothes or they're changing. I'm like, there's no way that you hiked an hour and a half up here wearing that. Like, no, come on. But yeah, I don't
The
know. It's
perfect.
too.
And I think so it works both ways where we're spending a lot of time scrolling, but also
Yeah,
some people are spending a lot of time to put things on social media. So
exactly.
it's like, where's the healthy balance of a little bit of everything, so
And
we're
I
not
do
giving
I
too
do
much of
like
us.
to follow those people who put the reality. I follow this um I guess a lady, she used to model. She had a eating disorder, and then she knows how to pose in a way that she looks amazing. And then she gets the wrong lighting or sits differently. She has stretch marks. She has all
Belly
types.
light, you
Like,
see.
she's
Yeah.
normal. She's a human being, a
Yeah,
normal person. What everyone looks like, and she's like, "This is not reality." And I
yeah.
love her content. I love it. And she just had a baby, so she's doing that as well because the body of a mom is different than her older body, her other body
Yep.
before
And
prior.
then her body, once she gives birth, is going to be completely different.
No, that's what I'm
And
saying. Now she's doing that content. Like, her body has changed completely now that she's had a
yeah,
baby. And she poses in a way that she looks amazing. I mean, she looks great. Even with her mom body, she looks amazing. But it's the reality of what these girls are seeing, the young girls now are seeing, that are looking for the perfect quote unquote body, and all this other stuff that's going on.
I'm gonna say not even the young girls, even older, like even people our age, older than us, are like, oh no, because el cuerpo or this or that,
Yeah.
I'm even guilty at sometimes, there's a pose that you can do where it looks flattering, and there's a pose that it doesn't. I'm not saying that I'm trying to hide anything, but I'm also not trying to expose the unflattering side of me in a way where it's like, okay, that really doesn't look great. Like if my chichos come out a little bit, I just don't need it to look, too much.
And by chichos, you mean love handles.
My love handles, yes, my
For
little
those
love
who don't know
handles.
what chichos are.
Oh yes. And it's again, chichos compared to, love handles compared to other people. Like there's certain things I have insecurity of.
Yeah.
Though I am a smaller person compared to someone who, I've had people like, well, you're small. Why are you complaining? And I'm like, well, everyone complains. Even the skinniest of person complains about their body, that they're made too skinny or not, whatever. We all have our things. And I'm in the journey of trying to love me and how I look, and how I feel. Cause that's just, I'm healthy ish, I think, knock on wood. My doc has said everything's pretty fine, but enjoying the body I have, because the body I have is the one that's bringing me out. It's the one that's pushing me forward. The brain that I have is the one that's like, okay, we got to do this. And talking about the brain, I follow this one girl who she does stitches of other people's videos. She's like, please tell me why are you crying? What made you say, let me take the phone out? I'm about to cry. I'm talking about depressed, because there's a huge amount of videos of these women who find themselves like, my journey of this, and they find that, but you were crying. So, but you had the time and the power to go, wait, let me record myself crying. Hold on, and record, make sure that I'm
different
the right
angle. And at different angles.
different angles. Yeah. So, were you really crying? Were you really depressed, or you were just putting on a show to like? Though your story might be real, but that to me is just like, who has time for that shit? I don't have time. Like if I'm crying, I'm fucking crying.
Spending time on creating content,
Yeah.
And then we have
And
people who spend time watching this content.
Those, who scroll for hours. It's for them. It's for the ones that stay there for hours watching and scrolling.
But then people think that that's real. And it isn't. And you know what's real? Get the fuck out. Get out of the current screen and go live it. Go live it.
I don't understand why there's no dislike button on things.
No.
Like, why? There should be dislike buttons. Yes. And then if you reach a certain number of dislikes, that video should be removed. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, if you are listening, create a dislike button. And then once you reach a certain number, you got to remove the video.
Well, when I dislike something, I just don't comment on it or do anything. You're giving more views to the people if you're saying something, because people take the time of their day just to say something negative. Like, come on.
I don't do that.
Just go. Keep scrolling.
I had a friend, so I'm good at following stories. I don't necessarily on not I'm good at, so like on stories, I'm known. I'm saying it all wrong. On stories, I'm known to look at a story and just swipe. Even if I like the story, I don't necessarily hit likes. So I had someone who went on a really great vacation, is very big on posting on social media. And I was like, oh my God, I saw this amazing trip you were on. It looks so great. And the person says, but you didn't like any of my photos. And I was like, what do you mean I didn't like it? I was like, I'm telling you, I liked all the photos you posted from this recent vacation. And the person says, no, you didn't. You didn't hit the like. And I was like, how do you know?
Unfriend.
Yeah. How do you know?
Unfollow.
You have over God knows how many hundreds of people on your follow list. How do you know that me specifically did not hit like to any of those things? I probably didn't, but it was just one of those like, oh man, where is your attention? Your attention is waiting for the likes.
It's not on enjoying their trip. Their focus is on like, who is liking my post and how many likes and what am I going to post next so people can like it. And that's when you're going on vacation, that is the worst thing to be focused on. Like, you're going on vacation, have a fucking good time.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I was talking to a coworker of mine who she just came back from Patagonia, right? And so we were saying like how we both wish, it was like 3 of us, and we were talking about how we wish we could become one of those travel content people that get paid to try. And then we were like, though I want to get paid, I just don't want to sit there and put all the videos together. I was like, can I get paid to go on the trip twice? So one that I enjoy, and then one where I'm like, okay, I can record and pretend that I'm there. Because if I'm recording on the first attempt to this trip, then I'm not there.
You're not
But
there.
I will definitely be happy to go enjoy the trip, scout, and then go again a couple days later. And then I'll record because I want to be there. I don't want to be in the phone. It's just not as nice.
I usually leave my phone in the hotel when I'm on vacation. I'll let Camilo be the paparazzi or take
Let
pictures.
Camilo not enjoy his trip.
Well, I don't ask for pictures. You know, he might. We're more like probably like scenic pictures.
That's me. Yeah.
We're like, there might be like 1 or 2 pictures of us, but then that's it. But I don't usually take my phone. My phone stays in the hotel for the most part.
He's also said he's the GPS guy. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
No, what I do, because I do post from my vacations. I like to. At the end of the day, it's like a little recap of what I've done.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we go to a certain restaurant, right, I may take pictures of the dishes, but I'm not taking like 20 pictures of each dish. I'm taking 2 if I don't like the first one. Like if I didn't get the whole dish. But I'm not taking like 1,000 pictures of just one shot. That's just too much work. I'll snap a picture here, snap a picture there, snap a picture there, and then we're eating if that's what we're doing. Or we're watching something if that's what we went to do. So I do capture, but I always think like one and done. I'm getting one good picture and moving on,
I'm gonna say something about you capturing pictures. So when Billy and I went to Utah, the one thing Billy will take 5,000 pictures of is spiders, plants, flowers. And this girl, and it's fine. I just found it funny that I'd be like, oh, Billy, can you take a picture of me? And she'd be like, all right, go and move. Let there be a pretty flower. This girl was like, down angle, this. And I was like, I got mad pictures of you in candid shots. Like, can I get a candid shot? But she's like, on the plants? Oh, man, different angles, different this. She has some amazing photos, I will say, of all the scenic things. But that's the one thing Billy would take 5,000 photos of. Plants. I think it was a spider at one point and flowers.
Nature is so fascinating. Yeah, I'm not good at taking pictures of other people. Like I have my good running friend. She's amazing at that. Like I'll be like, why did you even take this picture of me? No idea. She just pulls out her phone and snapped the picture. I'm not like that, and I would love to be like that because that's nice for the next person, to share. But it's just I don't know. I'm just not used to that. And
unless you're a flower, she will.
They're just so pretty.
I have some amazing photos. I cannot complain because it's I think it's just an eye thing. Like there's certain things that I can kind of see, like, oh, like I told Jalise, like, oh, Jalise, walk here, or Billy. If I see something, I'll capture it really quick. But I have some really great pictures of cacti that Billy got. She was like, oh, look, this is a rabbit. And it actually looks like a freaking rabbit and a turtle. So I wouldn't have noticed that because that's not something that to me, I find interesting. But Billy does. But I'm happy that now I went with someone on the trip that found something that I didn't see originally.
Perspective, for sure.
Exactly. It's all a different perspective. So it's cool. It has.
But if you ask me to take pictures, I will. And
oh yeah,
if you don't like it, we'll try again. I'm not one of those people that's just like, unless it's like 100 pictures, and I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
No.
And
I don't mind.
Did that on our. No. I don't think we did that on our trip at all. I think we had a good balance of being in nature and capturing moments from our trip, and that was one of my highlight trips that I've been on.
I think if I would have been in that trip, I'd be like, okay, you guys send me the pictures.
Yeah.
We'll just tag you. Yeah.
Send me the pictures. That'll be fine.
Yeah, it was just so beautiful. Like it was everywhere you looked was just beautiful.
So, and crazy about that. Sorry, it was really crazy about that trip is that it was one of the most beautiful. Like I've been to a very beautiful. It was an amazing place, and you try to capture the beauty because you want to keep not only have it, but can you go back and you go, oh my God, this exists, and it's hard to capture it in a photo. Like for me, it's like, oh my God, I just want to record it. I want to have everything, and I don't know. I like that's why I like scenic pictures and I like nature pictures because it's like it kind of brings you back to the place that you were. So sorry, Billy. I mean, Nathy, I interrupted you.
I currently have 2,700 pictures right now. And I'm pretty sure that 2,000 of those pictures are of my students because I have to take pictures daily. The rest are probably random stuff that I have to take pictures of. It's not even about, and the kids, my kids, like my pets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I don't have anything else.
I have 11,637 photos,
Ooh.
1,747 videos. And
All right, let me.
that's not even everything, because I have some in Dropbox and I have some
Mhm.
in Google Photos. Like, this is from when I got my phone in, yeah.
All right, so I have in recents, I have 6,548 photos. But this goes back to, I haven't emptied my phone out in a very long time. I think this goes back to 2021. No, I lied. 2022 maybe. The last photo here is 2022. So between 2 years, right? 2024, I have 6,000 photos. But I do a lot of screenshots. Like anything that I want.
So look at your camera. That's what I'm saying. My camera taken by me is 27.
27?
27,000.
Oh.
So 2,700 and change. So out of, I think like 1,000 is my students, or probably
Got it. Hold on. Let's see. Camera. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, mine is about 10,000.
albums. If you go to albums,
No, I'm in albums, but mine says recent, and then unfortunately it tags in
cameras. Oh, okay.
you might like, because if I take a screenshot, that's my camera. I mean, not a screenshot.
No,
like if I see a flyer of something and I want to take a
right,
picture,
that's your camera. Yeah.
so I have a lot where I don't like to have paper, so I'm like, oh, let me just take a picture
so
of
do
this
I.
item. So I do. That's in my camera.
But I like my phone because this morning I woke up and it showed me this.
Oh, that's
Oh, nice. That's in Utah.
Hard to see.
That was a hot spring. So Google Photos does something very similar like that. That's awesome. They actually, that's Billy and I. Aw. This was a great trip. I'm thinking of going back this September.
That would be great. When did we go? I forgot what month.
We went in April.
It was really nice.
End of April, early May.
Yeah.
All right,
when we
girls,
went camping. Oh,
so
look,
what do you-
somebody was there.
that's when we went to that concert.
Yeah.
So my Google Photos actually does these like moments in time. So like it'll do spotlight over the years, video highlights, celebrating together.
On the podcast.
Who's that? Oh, the podcast photos.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So out of stars 1 through 5, what do you give social media?
Oh man. 1 through 5. 5 what, being the best or the worst?
The best.
I'll do 2.5 to a 3.
I think the same.
Yeah.
2.5.
Because it has good things, you know,
like it's pros and cons, definitely.
It has pros and cons. Like for me, I have family in Puerto Rico, and you know, I get to see pictures of my niece because we're not used, you know, and my sister posts things of my nephew. You know, so I get to see photos of people I normally don't get to see often. So that's one thing I do like to see. So it has its benefits. And again, you can learn a couple things as long as you're verifying that these things are real. But then there's the downside of it. Like if you're looking at social media to compare your life to someone else, I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah, that's not the place to do it.
That's not the place to do it. And if you are comparing yourself, then you have to do some self-reflection and get some help to say, well, why am I sitting here not doing something for me while I'm living through someone else's life?
Yeah.
So that's different. Yeah.
Yeah, I like social media because I got family in Ecuador and I have cousins who I haven't seen since I was a kid, and we don't talk on the phone, but on like Facebook, it's just like there's some kind of connection through Facebook where it just it just makes it special. But I also agree that there's the negative to it as well, and you know, I mean, sorry, Nathy. My brain is like, because I keep anyway.
Well, let's wrap up. You guys can like tell us what you think about social media, your thoughts on what we're saying here. I just noticed my lips are really dry. Subscribe, follow, comment, like.
Well, if you liked us or not.
Yeah,
just like.
Share.
Just like, no dislike.
In the comments, put a thumbs down if you don't like it. We want to know the honest part. All right, guys. Bye. Until next time. Thank
Bye.
you.